At long last, it's the third Saturday in October, Alabama against Tennessee. We're going to preview it right here on the Bama Tailgate Show. Roll Tide, everybody. Let's get this thing kicked off, and let's talk some Alabama football.
The original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we've got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad. With the original Bama Football Tailgate Show is on the air. Alabama football is rolling, and we've got you covered with a breakdown of the game matchup, an SEC preview, and all the fun of an afternoon on the quad. With national championship winning quarterback Jake Coker and CoverCrimson.com host Mick Gillispie. The Bama Football Tailgate Show is presented by Pearl River Resort Casino and Hotel in Choctaw, Mississippi. Let's play! Featuring the Sportsbook at the Timeout Lounge, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. Also brought to you by Tuscaloosa Hyundai. New thinking, new possibilities. Genesis of Tuscaloosa. Luxury with a national championship service department. Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. The only beer you need at a Bama tailgate party. The Floribama world-famous beach bar and lounge in Orange Beach. Sevierville, your Smokies start here. NewLifeArt.com, publisher of fine art editions by Daniel A. Moore. Use the code Bama Tailgate for amazing deals at NewLifeArt.com.
And also brought to you by Visit Tuscaloosa, where tradition meets adventure. Alabama personal injury lawyer Steve Mezzano. Mezzano wins, we got you.
Now the host of the original Bama Tailgate Show, here's Mick Gillispie.
All right, roll tide, everybody, and welcome to the show. Great to see all of you guys today, or talk to you as well. With Jake Coker, I'm Mick Gillispie. It's the Bama Tailgate Show, and we're talking to you from InnisFree here in Tuscaloosa, getting you ready for Alabama against Tennessee, the third Saturday in October. And rolling in on two wheels is the honorary captain of this year's game, Mr. Jake Coker. Let me remind you guys, before we talk about number 6 Alabama and number 11 Tennessee, 6:30 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Today we got a great guest lineup to join us. Richard Mullaney, your former teammate's going to be here. Baron Huber, Chris Lowe from On 3, Thom Abraham, Kenny White from out in Vegas. This is the Bama Tailgate Show. It's brought to you by Pearl River Resort in Philadelphia, Mississippi, a short drive from Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, Vegas-style sportsbook at Golden Moon Casino. So I'm Mick Gillispie with Jake Coker. Feel like I'm off kilter a little bit right now, but this is a big game. 5-1, both of these teams. Save me.
Hey, big weekend reunion. It's nice to be back for Tennessee. I just saw Chris Stewart. He reminded me, God teaches us not to hate, but this weekend he understands.
Is that true?
That's what he told me, and it sounds pretty good.
Well, good.
I'm already reusing it. That's how good it was.
He's got some great jokes. Well, we got a great lineup today, and some of your one of your former teammates is going to be on with us. I know you're excited about that. You're the honorary captain. Your team, the 2015 national championship Alabama team, is going to be honored before the game, or what? What do they do? What all the kind of stuff you got going on?
I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on today. I know I'm going to see Greg Byrne. Got the Feinbaum show at 5, and then we got the reunion at 6.
The Feinbaum show. Okay, what are you guys going to talk about?
I don't know. How many times he said Alabama was dead?
Yeah,
over the last decade.
They're not dead though.
No,
right?
We're not dead.
Well, congratulations! I think that's a really cool honor to be the captain for tomorrow's game, Alabama and Tennessee. And we're at InnisFree right now in Tuscaloosa. This is our hangout spot. It's great to be back home again.
No, it is great, especially this weekend. InnisFree. This is like a home away from home in Tuscaloosa. Love this atmosphere. Love Nick Snead. Can't have a better place to have a beer right before the game.
All right, well, let's talk about the trap game that was last week. It felt like a trap game to me. I know Missouri was ranked, but to be honest with you, we withstood, and it was a tough win for Alabama.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I mean, I didn't think we were going to overlook them, but I did feel like we didn't have the intensity that I'd like to see. I mean, Missouri's a good football team, but I feel like we're building that championship mentality. We find ways to grind out games and figure out a way to win at the end of the day. And so I think the culture is getting there under Kalen DeBoer. I think you're really seeing the benefits of Ryan Grubb coming back and having that chemistry between him and Kalen DeBoer every week on Saturday. Man, it's really coming together. You're seeing a lot of creativity. You're seeing guys really understand what they need to do on the field, and I feel really good about this team. A lot better than I did after week one.
Yeah, sure. Right. Well, it's been a lot of improvement with the way that Alabama's played, and the discipline's been really noticeable. I mean, and as good of discipline as when you guys played.
I mean, it's honestly, it's kind of improved since the late 2010s. I mean, in the last 3 or 4 games, I think we've had less than 50 yards of penalties. We're not getting in our own way by getting us behind the sticks. It's really allowed for us to stay in rhythm and build long, sustaining drives.
Well, Alabama, a very physical win against a ranked Missouri team. And what did we learn about this Alabama team other than they're disciplined and they make plays when they need to?
Well, you're seeing week in and week out that Ty's the guy. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked at Heisman rankings. I don't get too deep into that right now. But when you look around at the entire country in terms of quarterback play, I'm not sure there's a guy out there who's performing at the level that he's playing at. I mean, he's seeing the field. He has all the answers to the test. He reacts well. The ball's out of his hands. He's obviously the leader out there, getting everybody in position. And, he's right there with any other quarterback I've seen in the last 5-6 years at Alabama.
Yeah, very impressive what Ty Simpson has been able to do. And Alabama wouldn't be where they are right now had he not taken his game to this next level, right? Hey, what I want to tell you guys is this. Jay Coker's on the Daniel Moore print. Caden Proctor's now on the Daniel Moore print, which is pretty impressive, right? I was at Daniel Moore a couple of days ago in Hoover, and we got you 20% off when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate. The crispy screen, though, our friend Shank says that maybe you should have thrown him the ball a little bit, like they're doing with Caden Proctor right now.
I told you, yeah, just another guy to complain about not getting the ball. I got one of them standing over here in Richard Mullaney.
Yeah. Well, when Richard comes on, it's going to be interesting to see what he says about that. But how about how cool that is, though, to have an offensive lineman on a print
like that? Is that a first?
I don't think it's a first, but
outside of maybe the guys carrying Bear Bryant off the field or something.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe it is the first. It's really cool, though. It's out right now, newlifeart.com. It's a very popular print, too. And so you need to check that out at New Life Art. Use our promo code Bama Tailgate for 20% off. We got a lot coming up on the show as we hang out with you from InnisFree. Great crowd on hand as well. We got a lot of great guests coming, including Lance Taylor from the next round. He's going to join us as well. So more of the original Bama Football Tailgate show right after this.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll!
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll!
Why walk when you can fly? Tap into your inner eagle Yingling Traditional Lager. Spread your wings.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.
Touchdown flavor, Gulf Coast style. Whether you're here for the big game or just hungry for a win, Floribama Old River Grill has you covered. Catch every pass, every play, and every moment on our wall of big screens while you enjoy fresh Gulf seafood, legendary burgers, and ice-cold drinks. With waterfront views and game day energy like no other, this is where football meets paradise. Grab your crew, bring your team spirit, and make Floribama Old River Grill your home field advantage this season, where the food, drinks, and football are always a win. Located across from the world-famous Floribama or online at FloriBamaOldRiverGrill.com.
Get your life back when the world's gone crazy. Get your life back, and I don't mean maybe when you know you got to have a friend. You call 900-9000, 'cause Liz wins. Get your life back, baby. Get your life back, baby. Call 900-9000. Stephen Mezzano.
Tracy Lawrence, live for one night only. Saturday, November 15th, Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. All the hits, all night long, with CMA and ACM award winner Tracy Lawrence.
Just the way I planned.
Tickets on sale now at PearlRiverResort.com.
Barry Buckner for Tuscaloosa Hyundai. When Hyundai introduced America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, it was one of a kind. But you know us, how can we improve on that? Tuscaloosa Hyundai was first in the nation with a 1,000,000-mile warranty on every new Hyundai. When we told customers no charge, they smiled, and you will too. At Tuscaloosa Hyundai, home of the 1,000,000-mile smile.
Roll Tide, everybody, and welcome back to the Bama Tailgate Show, hanging out at InnisFree, getting you ready for Alabama and Tennessee, the third Saturday in October. Segment's brought to you by our friends at Tuscaloosa Hyundai. Our friend Barry Buckner, we're going to get him on the show really soon. But if you're in the market for a new or used car right here in Tuscaloosa, come to Titletown and swing by and see Barry. He's going to take care of you. The side sticker is exactly what you're going to pay, and I think that's great. Save you a lot of time and all the back and forth. And he's just a fantastic Alabama fan as well. Also want to thank our buddy Bradley Price with Black Belt Outdoor. Everybody's riding around going, hey, I recognize Jay Coker from that billboard. Black Belt takes care of you here in central Alabama, over 13 different counties. They offer static and digital billboards to meet the needs of their advertisers. And we appreciate them for helping us out as well. Like and subscribe as you hang out on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. And if you're listening on radio right now, thank you for making us number one on 106.9 in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham or across the state of Alabama. Thank you guys so much. Great to bring one of your teammates to the stage up here, Richard Mullaney. Good to see you, man. Roll Tide.
He gets angry when people address him as Richard. You got to call him Slotty Pippen.
Yeah, haven't heard that one in a while.
Well, good to see you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me.
And congratulations on the anniversary of the national championship. You guys changed the face of college football as transfers.
Yeah. I mean, I think we were first ones to really do it big.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, we bonded pretty quickly because we came from new places. You know, it was you kind of look around, and you're like, all right, this is new, and I was wondering when he showed up, because I didn't follow it too closely, but we had a white guy show up play receiver. I was like, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was an easy bond, though. I think fall
Right.
camp, me, you, Ryan, and Nice Wander were rooming, and it was just like an easy bond to be like, hey, Jake transferred in, I'm transferring in, and it was fun. Definitely a year to remember.
Yeah, I remember you making a lot of catches over the middle. You had great hands. You were part of that 2015 national championship team, and obviously getting to come back to Tuscaloosa. Where do you live now, and what's it like being back in T-Town?
Yeah, I'm in California, Thousand Oaks, California. It's great to be back. It's been a couple of years, but be back, being with him and some of the other guys that we're going to be seeing. It's so much fun. Have my family here too. So
awesome.
Great to be back.
And a lot of Alabama players on this team from that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's good football out there.
Do they ever ask you, like, Richard, tell us about what it's like in Tuscaloosa, and because California's, I used to live in Chico. It's a different world, okay?
Oh, Tuscaloosa is a whole different world. When I first got here trying to explain it to people, I'm like, you just have to come and see it for yourself.
Well, this year's team is off to a great start, a 5-1 record. It didn't start the season the way that we wanted it to against Florida State, but they've been rolling ever since. They play a Tennessee team that's ranked number 11. What do you guys think about Tennessee?
I like the matchup versus Tennessee. What scares me is Jam Miller being out of this game. He's not going to be there to help him pass pro. I mean, obviously, to me, he's our most dynamic running back. The thing about Ty, though, the thing about our offense is that you've got a guy in Ty that you can really trust. So in my opinion, unless Tennessee puts pressure on Ty consistently, I feel really good about us being able to put together drives and leaning heavily on the pass game. Tennessee starts getting pressure, we could be in trouble, but I don't think their secondary is capable of shutting down our stable receivers with Ty getting the ball to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it perfect. Our receivers, they've been really impressive and stepping up. I mean, and it seems like it's always next man up, and there's just a new name every single game. That's like, oh wow, we have him. Like you said, I think Ty, the way he's been playing, and even the way he uses his legs too, the way he runs, it's been fun to watch.
Do you like having a former wide receiver as head coach at Alabama now?
Oh, you gotta love that.
Hey, look, Kalen DeBoer has these guys really playing great disciplined football. We just talked about that last segment. This is one of the losses that they had last year. This is one of the biggest games that we have at Alabama. I mean, you guys you know this. You got to beat Tennessee. 2015, you remember that game? One of the great Tennessee-Alabama games here in Tuscaloosa where you had to come from behind. Were you worried late in that game that you weren't going to do that?
I think that was the fun thing about our team. Like, whatever situation, because we were so tight, like there was never like pressure or like worried about anything. Like we always had each other's backs and always just felt very confident in the groups, whether it's offense or defense.
I mean, you never felt like there was a moment of panic, in my opinion. I mean, I always felt like, hey man, it happened. Let's be consistent, go out here and make the next drive count. And I remember walking onto that field, we were playing Tennessee for that last 2-minute drive and just looking around, making sure I saw where all the clocks were, and it was just another drive. We just had to get there a lot quicker, But yeah, never felt like there was any panic. You had so many leaders and older guys on that team that I'm not going to say it felt routine, but it kind of did feel routine.
Right. You do the things you're supposed to do, and you're confident that you're going to be able to come out on top, right?
Well,
Plus, you had Derrick Henry.
Well, and it's like it's like we talk about on this show. Teams, I think, with a championship mentality, they find a way to win games when it matters. You might not play the best game you play all year. I mean, we didn't play very well against Tennessee, but when we had to have it, we got it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to have those games too, right? But this one, to me, is the best historic SEC matchup, going all the way back. And I know Alabama dominated, won 16 straight. It's been a streaky series, but I feel like when Alabama and Tennessee get together, I mean, it's good when both teams have, elite teams, at the top of the mountain.
It's not like playing them, well, I mean, 10 years ago we barely beat them, but it wasn't a national televised. I mean, it was a televised game, but a national game where everybody was tuned in. I think, this week and really the last few years, this has become one of the games of the week.
Yeah. What was it like smoking a cigar in the locker room? Who got them? Who got the cigars?
You know the story.
I already know.
I got we picked up those cigars over at R&R.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're handing them out at the end of the game, and we get to the end of all the cigars, and I'm standing there with Parker Barano, and the box is supposed to go to the MVP. Oh, yeah. And I was like, well, Parker, you think this ought to go to Derek? He goes, oh, you played a pretty good game. I was like, yeah, he's got enough trophies. So that's that box.
So you got the box.
Yeah, the humidor is at my dad's house.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Our friend Reagan over at R&R Cigars still
self-proclaimed MVP of that game.
He's still giving those
You
out.
went great, buddy.
It is pretty cool though when you see the orange and white against the crimson and white.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at the game last year in Knoxville, and that was not fun. That's
No,
for sure.
you don't
That was
want to
not
lose
fun.
to those guys.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it was a very defeating feeling.
Have you been on a streak of going to games live and we've lost?
No, dude, don't bring that up.
They're going to kick you out of the
Say,
stadium.
man, we're going to have to get him a flight back to California this afternoon.
Trying to think.
And
Michigan.
All right, let's stop.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl.
A&M.
Are you? Do you have a place in California where you watch the games? Is there like a local hangout?
It just depends.
Your house?
Yeah, either house, we'll go to a bar, go to one of our buddies' houses. It's definitely an event, though. It's always fun.
Well, it's a payback game from last year too. Alabama could have won that game. They did a lot of things wrong at the end, and gave up some plays late. Can they turn it around in this game today? How does that happen? What do they need to do to be able to beat Tennessee? I think it starts with the discipline they've played with here over the last 5 games.
Well, I think this is a completely different team from last year. And really, I think the main reason for that is this is Kalen DeBoer's second year, and he's got the staff that he intended to bring to Tuscaloosa with him. Again, we can talk about last year all we want to. You lose 26 guys in the portal. You're just trying to do your best to get a team on the field. This year, he's got a little bit more continuity. The players know what he expects out of them. And he's been able to really get that message across the right way, the way that he wants to do it. So, I think this team's mentality is a little bit different. I think we got a lot more confidence. And, look, this offense is, to me, far more consistent. And, again, I think that's Kalen's program being here for 2 years, but also I think you got a lot of guys who really understand what he wants. Ty, very consistent, really good passer. I mean, again, he's one of the best at anticipating throws, getting the ball out, and knowing what to do with it.
Yep, I can't argue with that at all. What I want to tell you guys, though, is join us at Avenue D. Join Mick Nation. The QR code, if you're watching on the Bama Tailgate channel, is right underneath me. And if you're listening on radio, just find us on Avenue D, Mick Nation. We're giving away Bama Tailgate Show hats. We got some hats. We got some gear. It came in this week, but you can also win cash prizes there, as well as have a lot of fun playing games. And we gave away tickets to Wisconsin. We'll do some more of that as the season goes on. Got a couple great guests lined up. Stephen Mezzano is going to join us on the segment right after this. More of the original Bama Tailgate Show coming up.
Well, howdy, fans, and welcome to Week 8 of Leonard's Losers. The little smart pill machine was sputtering somewhat at 23-10 last week, so let's see if Percy can make the necessary adjustments. LSU versus Vanderbilt. This nooner in Music City should provide some fireworks in this SEC showdown on ABC. The Tigers survived a scare from a Gamecock in Death Valley last week, while the Doors dinghy was in dry dock. A win here will make one team bowl eligible, but tighten playoff hopes for the victor. Sailor quarterback Diego Pavia and feline signal caller Gary Newsmeyer are both capable of lighting up the scoreboard. Leonard's loser in a close one, LSU. Texas versus Kentucky. The Longhorn stampede to that Lexington grocery store looking to hook a feline. The Burnt Orange boys will be a 12.5-point favorite in their first trip to Lexington. The Horns were back in the top 25 at number 21 following Saturday's 23-6 win over then number 6 Oklahoma. The Cats are coming off a bye week, giving Coach Stoops a chance to right the ship and allow his seat to cool. After losing their last two SEC road games by 20 points to a Gamecock and a Bullpuppy, the Wild Kittens are hoping the friendly confines of Kroger Field will produce an advantage, but will probably result in cleanup on aisle 5. Leonard's loser, Kentucky. Ole Miss versus Georgia. Jolly Red marches to the Athens Dog Pound, hoping to remain undefeated when the final gun sounds between the hedges Saturday afternoon. This afternoon slobber knocker between the number 5 Rebs and the number 9 Red Clay Hounds will have playoff consequences. Uga is a mean canine at home, and the visitors best have an abundance of ammunition. Leonard's loser, hotty-toddy Ole Miss. Tennessee versus Alabama. It's the third Saturday in October, so it must be Vols versus the Tide. The Orange Men will be looking for their first road victory in this series since 2003. Heupel's boys have been competitive against the Tide on the road, but unable to put together a complete four-quarter game. Bryant-Denny will be sold out, and this spectacle should keep us entertained for the dinner hours. Leonard's loser, Tennessee. USC versus Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley brings his Trojans to South Bend to battle the Pope's pupils Saturday night. USC is coming off a signature win over Michigan, while the Irish thumped North Carolina State 36-7. The Leprechauns have the home field advantage, but the Trojans have the talent. Leonard's loser, Notre Dame. Oklahoma versus South Carolina. The Sooner Schooner rolls into Columbia for 11:45 kickoff in Williams-Brice. The Okies look to rebound from their 23-6 loss to Texas last week. The Sooners only have one way to rebound when they did not find the end zone last week. If the Cox can hunker down on defense, they may do some damage to the Conestoga canvas. Leonard's loser in a close one, South Carolina.
Fans, we're going to take a break right now and hear a word from Sponsorsville. We'll be right back with more Leonard's Losers.
Roll Tide, everybody, and welcome back to the Bama Tailgate Show, hanging out with you guys at InnisFree in Tuscaloosa, getting you set for Alabama and Tennessee. That's at Bryant-Denny Stadium at 6:30. And it is great to have Stephen Mezzano join us. Mez wins. The guy that loves his college football and looking great today. I like that shirt you got on. How you doing?
We're doing great, man. Glad to be here.
Well, we have a lot going on. Jam Miller, with or without Jam Miller, reports are that he could play, Jake.
Yeah, I was just messing with everybody before this. Yeah. Just a joke.
That was quite a hit that he took last week.
Okay, so the question from a fan standpoint would be, since you guys actually played, what's the mentality of it's hate week, it's Tennessee, I'm playing, so I'm going to do whatever it is to get medically cleared, or do you kind of stay back? What's the MO as a player?
Yeah, great question.
If you're injured, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's this game, is it?
I mean, 10 years ago, you just got a shot and they rolled you back out there. So,
but your mindset, right, is that you want to play this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're doing everything you can to play in it for sure. I mean, it honestly didn't matter who you played. I mean, Richard will tell you too. I mean, our locker room was so tight and there was really nobody in there. I felt like who was playing to be in the headlines or to be on ESPN. You went and you played because we really enjoyed being around our teammates and being in that locker room. And so I think everybody wanted to be a part of it. Playing here at Alabama carries so much weight, in this state and really, I mean, nationally from a football scope. So, everybody on our team was dying to get on the field no matter who we were playing. Yeah, I think you said it in like an interview in the beginning of the season with Ryan and all that. And it was like, I mean, we would die for each other. Literally, like we put like, everything on the line for each other. Like there was no injury or anything that was keeping us away from the field just because of how much we loved each other and being around each other and playing for each other.
But seeing how players evolve today and how the game's changed, like, I mean, kiddingly, and maybe not, you got a shot, you were back in. You take a pill, you're back in the game. Today, the players still have that same, but players are different today than they were back then. Look, the stories have been out there for years. I know players who say they got shot up in their knee before they go play in the NFL, right? Today's a little bit different. People like me, personal injury lawyers, wind up.
I was about to say, let's leave the lawyer. Let's leave the lawyer outside InnisFree, okay? We're just making jokes here.
Well, when I'm looking at this, Daniel Moore calendar, I'm not really happy. I think Daniel Moore and I need to have a conversation because Jake's not on here, so we're gonna have a nice little conversation about that.
That's right.
So we gotta get Jake taken care of. I mean,
They told us that they let Ryan Fowler's audience pick that. They said our audience gets to pick next year's calendar. We'll put you on there for sure.
Oh, it most definitely has to be.
That's pretty funny.
We need Heisman. I mean, we need national championship quarterbacks. I mean, I like it.
Stephen, what was your favorite Alabama team?
Oh, I don't know. That's a really good question because, like, growing up, you remember the goal. I mean, born in '76, so running around, you had Cornelius Bennett and Derek Thomas, so you wanted to emulate those guys, right? You had the 1985, the kick with Van Tiffen, so you had Mike Shula to Al Bell to Greg Richardson, and you emulated that in the yard, mocking Alabama football. And then as you grow up and then you get Saban and you see the errors from McElroy and Jake and now Tua, you're like, man, there's just so many great players. I don't know if I could say there's one team that I truly loved, but I loved the attitude of the 92 championship team against Miami. To me, that just was like you go out and you hear the stories of walking Bourbon Street and the talk from the teams and then meeting those guys over the last couple of years, meeting some of those players and the stories they tell, you're like, they had a chip on their shoulder. They had an edge. And then you hear how, like last week when we were talking, the edge that you guys had, you're like, wow, I didn't know that. Like that team intrigued me now. So, and then of course, with these little boxes in our hands, since I met Jake, all these videos start popping up. And when they were playing football.
Yeah, right. You realize what that team was all about.
I'm watching the reels and I'm like, man, that team was special. So, I think every Alabama team each team holds something special for every year, especially when you're a fan and you're watching these guys grow. And then if you look at how many people stopped you today and thank you for playing at the university or remember some play that you did. So I think every player has a different meaning to everybody and a legacy that they pass on to their kids. So I'm able to be like, look, there was AJ, there's Greg, there's Jake, there's Tua, there's Bryce. So my son grew up, he's 13, and I'm like, here's 5 of the quarterbacks you'll remember for the rest of your life at Alabama. When I was going in, it was until Jay Barker, it was Walter Lewis. That's all I remember. Now I have a huge amount of quarterbacks that you can remember and be thankful for what they did for the university and the ambassadors that they are for the university.
Right. And Ty Simpson kind of running right into that group. I mean, he just feels like a championship quarterback. Bama's offense is controlling the clock a lot like some of those teams you were talking about. And I think that's one of the strengths that this team has. When everybody wants to speed up, these guys are able to take the ball and not give it back to you.
Yeah, well, Ty understands. I think third down conversions have a lot to do with how well your quarterback's playing. You get into passing downs, and you got to get the ball to the right guy, and you got to understand what the defense is doing. I mean, you watch a lot of pressures. Defenses are they're starting to get a little afraid to pressure Ty because he's going to make them pay for not having enough guys in the back end. And even when he has to get the ball out, he doesn't have the blockers. He knows he's hot. I mean, he's getting those out. The last touchdown pass against Missouri, running backs wide open out in the flat because they don't account for him, bring too many guys. He's just got the answers, and it's hard to stop a team that can convert on third down the way that he does.
How do you, as a quarterback, in the games that you played, how do you calm yourself or calm the team down when you're driving like they are? Because it seems like we do good, they're holding the ball, and then there's like the big play, right? We do something great, they get all excited, and then we're trying to slow down. We make some mental mistakes like we do, and we wind up kicking a field goal. Are there things that you work on as a player or things that you do as a leader to try to calm everybody down when you get in the huddle to be like, okay, hey, next play? Are you trying to calm each other down? Or are you just so amped up? You're like, we're going to score. Let's go.
I mean, I think in the huddle you definitely have a calm demeanor, but we went pretty fast with Lane, and it was pretty chaotic. So there was a lot of yelling and screaming, and not much slowing down or controlling chaos.
So then that leads us to the next
I mean,
question.
Richard, you tell him. I mean, what did I do?
There's a lot of, between him yelling at us and then me coaching the other receivers on what to do out there. It was like just absolute chaos.
Seeing Lane yell at the players after the Washington State game about the process and the standard he wants at Ole Miss, did he get on y'all that exact same way? Did he pull y'all aside and be like, that's not the standard that he wanted from you at any time?
I'm gonna let you take this one.
I mean, he would get on us, but I feel like we were such like a.
That was a different time.
Yes,
that was a different time.
Only Coach Saban could get on y'all. He was like, "Oh, here it comes, guys, get ready."
Yeah,
that's so funny.
I'd have to think about that answer because there's, you got to tiptoe.
See, I told you I was going to wake you up this segment. I told you I was going to get you going.
Well, it's great to see you, Stephen. Tell everybody about what you do and how they can contact you, because you're one of the best in the business, and I'm sure there's people out there that are going, when I want representation, I want somebody that is going to win in the courtroom and also know Alabama football. I know I would.
This is just a part. The Alabama football is a part. But, I mean, honestly, I have grown up, and my parents were in a really bad wreck on the Mobile Bridge, hit by an 18-wheeler, and it changed the trajectory of their life. It changed my dad's business. It changed really the economics of our family. Going to a private school, going to John Carroll High School, then having to get a job. My brothers and sisters were in college. They had to get out and get jobs. And it just changed what we did as a family. Dad's suffered with a back injury for many years, still to this day. My brother was on the phone. They got knocked out. So I remember and know what they went through. And then when I had my car wreck, I had a knee surgery and a shoulder surgery. I remember what I went through. And I remember the struggles I had with dealing with the insurance company, or even dealing with my own lawyer, who wouldn't get back in touch with me, who kept telling me they couldn't try the case. And I'm like, it's clear liability. I was T-boned. I've had 2 surgeries. What do you mean? This is what the case is worth. It should be worth more. And so you wind up feeling like you don't have a voice or you don't have a say. And so one of the things that I try to bring and talk to my team about all the time and to our clients is I literally understand the financial woes that you go through. I understand the pain and suffering you've been there, because I've been there myself. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you maximize your case, whether it be your medical, your property damage. I want to make sure your mental health and your physical health is where it needs to be, because no one ever walked me through that. And it's what I wanted. It's what I knew I needed, and nobody gave it to me.
Right.
And so you never walk away from a wreck. I don't care how big or how small. You'll remember it. You'll know about it. It'll be in the back of your mind, and something will trigger it. So I always want to be that guy that teaches and helps someone get over that, get their life back to where they want to be. So we take every case that way and push every single case to maximize it for everybody. So if anybody out there is listening, if you ever just have a question about the law, in a wreck, want to get your life back on track, please feel free to give us a call at 900-9000. That's 900-9000, anywhere in the state of Alabama. More than happy to talk about your car wreck or talk about Alabama football. It just means a lot to me that they would call us in a time of need. They can check us out on our website. It's mezwins.com. That's MEZwins.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen. Hey, guys, I want to remind you, too, that he'll be with us for the entire season, and we're really glad that you're with us as well. This is the Bama Football Tailgate Show. It's also brought to you by Yuengling Lager. Yuengling is a 6th-generation company. Cheryl Yuengling, who's part of the company's ownership, is a proud Alabama grad. Everyone in here should be drinking Yuengling and yelling Roll Tide. She puts a little bit of crimson love in each one of those green bottles. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with our friend Jimmy Hart. We got Gating and Grilling coming up. More of the original Bama Football Tailgate Show right after this.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
This isn't just a beer. It's a lager, a medium-bodied, amber-colored, one-of-a-kind beer, made from those bold enough to brew it for those bold enough to drink it. Elevate your taste. Yingling Traditional Lager. Spread your wings.
Barry Buckner for Tuscaloosa Hyundai. When Hyundai introduced America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, it was one of a kind. But you know us, how can we improve on that? Tuscaloosa Hyundai was first in the nation with a 1,000,000-mile warranty on every new Hyundai. When we told customers no charge, they smiled, and you will too. At Tuscaloosa Hyundai, home of the 1,000,000-mile smile.
This isn't just a place, it's a pulse and a rhythm, where game day is more than a tradition. Heart-pounding yet? It's where the flavors are bold and the portions are generous. Mouth-watering yet? Art, music, and culture paint the city's soul. Creativity flowing yet? So whether you come for the thrill, the taste, the beauty, or the tradition, you'll stay for the Tusca life. Ready to feel it? This is Tuscaloosa. Live the Tusca life.
Get your life back when the world's gone crazy. Get your life back, and I don't mean maybe when you know you got to have a friend. You call 900-9000, Christmas wins, and get your life back, baby. Get your life back, baby. Call 900-9000. Stephen Mezzano.
When you're ready to double down, dive in, drive for a show, and not look back. Roll into Pearl River Resort. From tee times to table games, water slides by day, slots by night. Savor the flavors, feel the fun, win big. Let's roll into Pearl River Resort. Must be 21 or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here comes Tracy Lawrence, live for one night only. Saturday, November 15th, Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. All the hits, all night long, with CMA and ACM award winner Tracy Lawrence. Making love just the way I planned. Tickets on sale now at PearlRiverResort.com.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.
Roll Tide and welcome back to InnisFree in Tuscaloosa, getting you ready for Alabama against Tennessee. Great crowd on hand, and so many of you guys that have come up and said hi, man. We appreciate you so much. Roll Tide. Thank you for making us number one, by the way, on 106.9 FM, our flagship station, the flagship of Alabama football out of Birmingham and in Tuscaloosa and all over the state of Alabama. Or if you're watching on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, thumbs up, the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. And, boy, it is great to see our friend Jimmy Hart from Visit Tuscaloosa. Meet Jake Coker. You know him from last year. Richard Mullaney, his wide receiver from the 2015 championship team. And I'm Mick Gillispie. Good to see you, Jimmy.
Good to see you guys. Great to be here.
Well, Visit Tuscaloosa. I know that a lot of people are visiting Tuscaloosa for this matchup.
Absolutely.
To see Alabama and Tennessee. What do you guys do in preparation for a crowd like this?
Yeah, so really our focus for these game day crowds is to make sure everyone has the information they need to enjoy themselves, whether that's parking and transportation, whether that's where the food and drink is going to be, how to enjoy the tailgates. We really just want to make sure everyone's ready to have a good, safe time. We work really closely with the hotels and restaurants to make sure all that's readily available. And we've got great hospitality partners here in town. So no matter where you go, you should have a great first impression and you should have a good time.
All right, roll time. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you help with parking around here. How's Northport sound?
Yeah. Need some more parking.
Good day to get your steps in.
Yeah. Nothing that'll slow you down, Jake. Well, you had Blake Shelton on Friday night. You've had a lot of great concerts that have come through town.
You know, it's really been a great fall for music here in town. You're right, Blake. Great show. A great end of the season at the amphitheater. Have you been to the new Two Dimes yet, Nick?
I saw it today.
So
it's pretty incredible.
Two Dimes, it's a great facility. The update they did to that space is just spot on. The acts they've been booking have been a lot of fun. So we're so glad to add them to the lineup. But, you know, there's places up and down University here that are having live music 2-3 nights a week. A lot of places you can go. It doesn't matter what style you're looking for.
All right, before we play a little bit of a game with Kelshi.com, I want you to tell everybody what you guys got going on in Tuscaloosa. So maybe you're here for a game day and you're focused on football. Give people a reason to come back when there's not a game, and what would they do besides eat great barbecue?
Right, absolutely. The food is my scene. I can talk about that all day and night. Great places to go. Great attractions around town. If you haven't been to Pop Stroke yet, you've got to check it out. It's a great time. The museums, Moundville, lots of great outdoor stuff. If you want to come down for a fishing weekend, hunting season's right around the corner in Tuscaloosa County's got plenty of places to stop in for that. So we've got a lot going on. Obviously, Halloween's right around the corner, and there's a lot of great family programming taking place over the next few weeks. And like I said, the music scene, we've got some great music on tap over the next 6-8 weeks too.
Awesome. All right, well, let's have some fun with Kelshi before we get to Gating and Grilling. You guys know about Kelshi. Kelshi.com. It's markets where you can actually kind of bet on all kind of stuff like politics, culture. There's my guy, Ryan Anderson in the house. Sports, crypto, climate, economics, mentions.
Yeah.
Companies, financials, even tech and science. So we're going to pick a couple of these topics, guys, and I just want you guys to tell me what you think about it. Best AI at the end of 2025, Gemini or Chat GPT? What do you think?
Gemini.
Gemini for sure, huh?
Have you used Gemini?
I've tinkered with it. I
Yeah.
don't want to try to sound like a pro.
What about Chat GPT?
I've used that quite a bit, and
You're not impressed?
I typically leave frustrated.
Happy customer right here. I'm going Chat GPT.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too as well. Helps me with all my emails.
Too bad that wasn't around 10 years ago.
Can you imagine the technology that you have now that we didn't have when we were in school? And this is what Jake spends his time doing. I'm going to show everybody watching right now. This is Chat GPT
I
right
want
here
that to be our logo.
of him. Yeah, the logo of him stiff arming me. And you look like all you do is just like you and Derrick Henry are on the same diet all of a
That was a
sudden.
pretty good picture. Pretty realistic.
All right, let's do another one. Jake loves when I bring this up. Almost $1 million has been played on this one. Will the U.S. say that aliens exist this year? Yes or no? Jimmy, you know the answer to this.
Oh, of course I do. I'm going to say no because I don't know if we're going to have anyone at work to tell us next year.
Richard, out in California, I mean, do they have the answer to this? Will the government say that aliens exist?
Let's just go with yes. Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
There was a lot easier things to tell us about that they haven't told us about. So, I'm going to go no.
All right. Let's do a sports one before we get out of here and bring on Gating and Grilling. I know you guys are right now sucked into the Major League Baseball postseason. Richard being out on the West Coast, probably pulling for the Dodgers.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to win the World Series?
I mean, easy for me to say the Dodgers. I'm all in on them.
Yeah, if I'm putting money on it, I got to go with the Dodgers. But if I'm being honest, I'm pulling for the Brew Crew.
The Brew Crew, okay.
I'll go Dodgers.
All right, he'll say Dodgers. That's the clean bet right there is the Dodgers. All right, let's talk Alabama and Tennessee. Your thoughts on the game?
Man, my heart is telling me this is going to be a high-scoring game, but everything on paper is telling me I'm wrong. And you guys were talking in the last segment about how great the Tide has been at controlling the clock. So I guess I'm going to take the under, but I'm definitely picking the Tide to come out on top. I give them 10 points.
Yeah, they're an 8.5 point favorite right now. And I think it's because Tennessee's secondary is so depleted, right? And Alabama's been a team that's been able to throw the ball. I think the biggest thing for Alabama, the only knock that I have on the offense compared to last year is when they got into the red zone last year, they scored touchdowns an awful lot, right? This team's got to get in the end zone and when the field gets small and score points.
Well, I think we were a lot more dynamic in the run game last year. I mean, look, you had also Jalen Milroe back there who was just as effective as any other running back in the SEC. And, I mean, you got to be able to run the ball in the red zone. Everything gets tighter. Windows get smaller. Having said that, in terms of having a guy that fits it in windows, you got possibly the best quarterback in the country to do it. So I think, being good and efficient in the red zone, you have to be on the same page as a team, and that comes with time. I think we're getting there. When you've seen the growth from week one up until now, this week and moving forward, I think we get a lot better, a lot tighter, and more organized in that area.
What about you, Richard? What do you think about the ball that Ty Simpson throws?
Besides for Jake.
Do you see any similarities between the way that those guys look a little bit on the field? Like sometimes to me, I see him when he's out of the pocket and stops and throws. It reminds me of Jake.
Yeah, definitely like the demeanor that they have, just everything that they're doing. I think Ty and just the offense is definitely hitting the stride right now. I think last week was a big test, because it could have been a huge letdown spot. And I think the offense is definitely grooving and just got to keep finishing drives. That's for sure.
Tennessee, Alabama, Jimmy, I know that you didn't grow up in this rivalry, but
Right.
you know what it means, though.
Absolutely, yeah. Even growing up in Big 8 country back in the day, like nobody liked Phil Foreman, anywhere, anybody, right? So it's still pretty natural to just look down on Tennessee. But yeah, I love it. I love, again, going back to those roots, it's more of a KU-Mizzou kind of rivalry. Where we just hate each other for I don't know how good the reason is, but this isn't a rivalry where it's based on mutual respect, right? We want to beat the crap out of them. I love it.
I think you said it well. All right. Well, Bama, we're obviously expecting Jam Miller to dress and be out there. You wonder how effective he'll be after the concussion last week. Can you bounce back from a concussion in 1 week and play a monster game?
I think it depends on how severe it is. He looked like he was knocked out cold last weekend, and I don't know. I feel like I've played football. A lot of guys, concussions seem to be one of those things that hang around and are recurring. So I'd hate to see it happen to him over and over again and it become a real problem. Again, I hope that's not the case. Think he'll be fine, but I'm no doctor. I don't even know I'm commenting on this.
Yeah. No, let me ask you, did you have any concussions when you played, Richard?
Yeah, I actually got one Auburn week going into the SEC.
Good thing about
game.
Richard is we never knew if he had a concussion. He was always kind of acting the same no matter what.
Just open, catching the ball.
Yeah, that's right. He just caught the ball. That was it.
Yeah. Just catch it, right?
Yep.
Great to see you, Jimmy. Anything else to tell us before you get off here?
Well, Mick, I got an idea for you. Homecoming weekend, OU's going to be in town. I moved here from Oklahoma, so I just can't wait to watch the Tigers steamroll the Sooners. Nobody's got it coming more than they do. But Visit Tuscaloosa is going to have a booth out at the Fan Fest in front of the stadium before the game. And I'm thinking maybe we should have something special at that booth for anyone who heard me here on the show. What do
I
you
love
think
that
about
idea. Yeah, swing by.
If anyone hears us here on the Bama Tailgate Show, come out and see Jimmy Hart at the Visit Tuscaloosa booth at Homecoming. We'll have something special for you.
All right, I love to hear that. Talking about something special, Bama against Tennessee. That's 6:30 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. You want to have a great tailgate show, you got to have great eats, and that's what our friends at Gate and Grilling take care of.
Welcome to Game Day Grub, where Southern flavor meets Saturday football. I'm Carl Lewis, North Carolina Barbecue Pitmaster. And I'm Kevin Sport. I love the South, I love a tailgate, I love some football. Whether you're lighting up the grill in Tuscaloosa or cooking from the comfort of your own home, we've got the bites, the tricks, and the smoky goodness to make your tailgate unforgettable. All right, boss man, what are we gonna cook up today? Today we're loading the cannon with a southern spin on an Italian classic, Hoss. Italian. It's stuffed manicotti tubes grilled to perfection. I call them roll-tide rockets. Roll-tide rockets. Yeah. You like that? I love it. Carl, I got a feeling these are gonna fly off the tray like a wide out in the fourth quarter. I don't know what a wide out is, but I know they're gonna fly off the tray. I can promise you that. We got ground chicken. We're gonna feed in some of this diced up Kaneka. Okay. Pepper jack cheese. I like it. That's my favorite cheese. Give me those diced jalapenos. Diced jalapenos. Diced sweet onion. Okay. And the manicotti shell. Oh. What? They're fragile, buddy. Oh. We gotta stuff those. Do not break them. Okay. Get to mixing that up. Okay. Please. Yeah, sure. Yeah, man. See, I'm getting the Carl. There you see. You have been watching. I have been watching, bro. Got that bowl spinning. Just gotta mimic you, Dad. I got one more thing, Hoss. What's that? Got to hit it. John Boy and Billy pork rub. John Boy and Billy pork rub. About a tablespoon. Okay. All right, that's good. Let's stuff these shells. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna show you the first one, and we'll do them together. Keep one finger in this end, and when you feel it get to that end, just stop. Just keep easing that finger in there. Like that. Like, yeah. Got it? Easing it in there. All right, now you do it. All right. Finger at the bottom. It's a process anyway, so a little at a time. All right, so when it gets to the other end, stop. Smarty pants. Well, turkey or chicken's a blank canvas, man. You got to make it your own. Oh, dang. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Because we got our next step is wrapping bacon, so we'll hold that right there. Because I knew if you kept fingering it enough, you were going to break it. Hand me one more so I can redeem myself. A lot of people think you got to boil this shell. Yeah. No. Moisture from the chicken, the moisture from the bacon wrap, and sitting in the fridge or your cooler. Yeah. That softens that shell. That's pretty easy, really. All right, Hoss, we got 12 here. We're almost ready for the rack. We got one more thing to do. What's that? Wrap it in bacon. All right, I know I'm the rookie in all this right here. I'm listening. But didn't you say we needed, like, you know, to let them set for like an hour or two or something? I got you, brother. I always got you. I made some about an hour and a half ago. They've been sitting. Of course you did. Now let's go to the cook shack. Let's take it. I got it rolling at 350. All right, 350, and for how long? About 40-minute mark. We're gonna baste them with John Boy and Billy hot and spicy. All right. Man, the glaze looks so good. You wait. I'm gonna close it. We're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, and it's gonna shine like a championship ring. I promise you. Man, I wish I had a championship ring. That's what I tell you about that shine, Hoss. Man, they look good. What? Damn it, Kevin. What? We got our crew to feed. Our crew? Yeah. Like John Boy, Mick, Holly, John Rayleigh. Where are they, Hoss? Our crew's not here. Talking about our crew, man. Our crew. Oh, our crew. Come on, guys. You guys. Come on. Yeah, man. Come on in here. Alex. Get your son. What's up, Katie?
All right, I'm going to grab this right here.
Chris,
I'm gonna take
my
this
man,
right here.
Chris. And the man over there, we got to feed Kyle. I got Cal. What do you think?
Best day on Boom so far.
Roll Tide Rockets, baby. If you don't have Roll Tide Rockets at your tailgate, you might be missing out. Y'all hungry for more? Like, follow, subscribe, Gating and Grilling, because we've got some tricks, we've got some flavors, we've got some tips to make your tailgate take off. And remember, the party doesn't end when the season's over. New episodes of Gating and Grilling will drop after the season ends, because we want to keep the food, the stories, the friendships rolling, baby, all year long. See you at the tailgate. We do good?
Hell yeah. This is awesome. Can I go for seconds?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
UNLV versus Boise State. The Rebels are off to a 6-0 start and face their old nemesis Broncos, who have defeated the Rebs the last 2 years in the Mountain West Conference Championship games. Coming off a road loss to Notre Dame, the Ponies have won 15 consecutive home games. All good things must come to an end. Leonard's loser in an upset, Boise State. Missouri versus Auburn. It's Tigers versus Tigers Saturday night in the loveliest village on the plains. The home feline is looking for its first SEC win, while the visiting Cat is 16th in the polls at 5-1, 1-1 in conference play. The home Tiger has had a 3-game stretch, which reads like murderer's row: Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Georgia. And it ain't getting better with the visiting Tiger. Leonard's loser, the home Tiger, Auburn. Utah versus BYU. This Big 12 rivalry kicks off at 8 Eastern on Fox in Provo. The 5-1 23rd-ranked Utes are a 3.5-point favorite against the 6-0 15th-ranked Cougars on their home turf. Leonard made bad grades in ciphering in school, but this spread needs some splaining to yours truly. Leonard's loser, Utah. UCLA versus Maryland. The brackish water turtles from 4-2 Maryland catch a wave to the left coast to smell the roses at the home of the 2-4 Bruins. This is a story of change and confidence. The Bruins have found a way to win since firing their head coach, having played a major role in the firing of Penn State coach Franklin when they upset the number 7 Nittany Lions 3 weeks ago, and they have remained hot since. This game is statistically even, with 2 tall, talented quarterbacks. The Tennessee transfer and UCLA quarterback Nico Lamaleva is also the top rusher for UCLA, averaging over 5 yards per carry. Maryland is first in the FBS turnover margin at +10. Those sneaky turtles know how to knock the ball loose and recover it. The Bruins are hungry, successful, and know how to bust a turtle shell. Leonard's loser, Maryland. Texas A&M versus Arkansas. The Aggies rambled to Fayetteville for this SEC matchup on ESPN Saturday afternoon. The boys from College Station are cruising at 6-0, while the Hawks are 2-4 and looking for a new head coach. Interim coach Bobby Petrino will be roaming the R-back sideline, calling the shots. The home team will have to shore up its defense to have a shot in this one. Plus, be aware of that 12th man. Leonard's loser, Arkansas. Here's Leonard's list of likely losers. Arizona State will lose to Texas Tech. Washington State will lose to Virginia. Florida Atlantic will lose to South Florida. Oklahoma State will lose to Cincinnati. West Virginia will lose to Central Florida. Army will lose to Tulane. Air Force will lose to Wyoming. Appy State will lose to Coastal Carolina. Old Dominion will lose to James Madison. Chattanooga will lose to ETSU. And Louisiana will lose to Southern Miss. Well, fans, that wraps up Week 8 of Leonard's Losers. We should pause and give thanks for the return of the 20 hostages this week, and remember the ones who did not return. And remember, if you can't wear a smile, wear a white hat, so we can tell you from the bad guys. Get me out of here, Percy.
What do you say, everybody? Welcome back to the Bama Tailgate Show. Always love talking Alabama football with you guys, and appreciate Chris Lowe for joining us from On3, longtime college football expert, and our good friend. Great to see you, Chris. Bama versus Tennessee, third Saturday in October matchup. I feel like the greatest rivalry in SEC football history, arguably college football as well. And both of these teams are ranked, both of them right around the top 10. Bama 6, so they are in the top 10. And then Tennessee at number 11. Tennessee had one loss, a tough overtime defeat to Georgia. Bama lost to Florida State. They've been on a roll. So here you go. What do you think, Alabama and Tennessee? And I know you living in Knoxville. And let me say this, too. I should have jumped out saying this before I even let you talk. We're brought to you by Sevierville. Visit Sevierville. Your Smoky Mountains start here. You know, the commercial, the bears talking and the fish, it's talking too. I love it. It's my favorite commercial that we have on here because it just makes me laugh every time I see it. But you guys know the Sevierville, you know the Smoky Mountains. And right now we're in the middle of the Smoky Mountain Harvest Festival. That started in September and it ends on Halloween on October 31st. But it means creative fall displays throughout Sevierville, fall theme events, as well as brilliant fall colors in the trees.
Peak leaf viewing is typically mid-October through mid-November. Learn more at visitsevierville.com/fall. And it is a beautiful time of year. And I think it ties into this game. When we're up there and we play at Neyland Stadium, it's not a better atmosphere when you see those teams jogging out on the field, crimson and orange. And then this year we'll do it in Tuscaloosa.
I'm just glad it's actually is the third Saturday in October. There were a few years there, Mick, where they didn't play this game on the third Saturday in October. So it lines up with its long-standing nickname. And I've seen a lot of these games going back to the early 80s, both in – gosh, I'm so old, I can remember this game being played in Birmingham.
Wow. I was at those. I guess that makes me old, too. I went to some of those. Peyton Manning orchestrating the band.
And that was the 90s. I'll go back to that game being played there in the 80s. And there's so many memorable moments in this game. Players, think about the players that have played in the third Saturday in October game on both sides of the football. All pros, Pro Bowlers, guys that are legendary names, defense, offense. And we could sit here. It'd be cool, Mick, is to do an all third Saturday in October team from both sides, and the number of players that went on to be just absolute stars at the next level, college Hall of Famers, pro Hall of Famers, would be staggering. And that's one of the things that makes this game so special. And you know what? For people talk about the best rivalries in college football, I'll be honest, Tennessee did not uphold its end of the bargain for the longest time. If it's going to be a true rivalry, one team's got to win, or one team can't win every year the way Bama did under Saban. Yeah. And finally, Tennessee has made a little bit of a turnaround. They won 2 of the last 3 in this series. But it really has been a little bit of a rivalry of streaks. When Bryant was there, he owned Tennessee. And then Tennessee got a little bit going there with Majors in the 80s. They won, I think, 4 or 5 in a row. And then Fulmer comes in, and he pretty much owned Alabama the time he was at Tennessee. And then Nick comes in, it completely flips, and they win, I think, 16 or 17 in a row. So it has been pretty streaky for Tennessee to be able to win 2 of the last 3. Makes this, in my mind, a little bit more of a legitimate rivalry now as we go forward. But it's one of the best rivalries in college football, and has taken on so many twists and turns. And I think of different moments. I think of the Deuce, David Palmer, the 2-point play. I guess that was in 90 or 89. I think of the Bama blocking the field goal, Philip Doyle kicking the field goal, I guess on the next play from 47. It would have been good from 67. I think of Dale Jones' interception in midair in 85. Tennessee won 16-14, the game that Tony Robinson, Tennessee's great quarterback, got hurt. I think of the 52-49 game where Tennessee finally broke the streak a couple of years ago. You could go on and on and on. The 5 overtime game in
2003.
2003.
Yeah.
And then in 2005, where Tennessee's driving for the winning touchdown, and Roman Harper with the textbook tackle knocks the football away, goes through the end zone, and Alabama wins. I mean, listen, that's just
that's called Rocky
Stop. I remember the late Cecil Hurt. The late Cecil Hurt. I used to love for him to tell this story. When Tennessee won for the first time, it was the 82 season, and Coach Majors at Tennessee would have been, I guess, Coach Bryant's last year. There's that iconic picture of Majors up on his players' shoulders, and he's sort of reaching down to Coach Bryant to shake his hand after the game. But Cecil Hurt swears he's never seen goalposts come down as quickly as he did that day in Knoxville, because Tennessee had lost, I don't know, 15, a ton in a row since they had last beaten Alabama. And the first time they'd beaten the Bear Bryant coached Bama team forever. But he said within 5 seconds, both sets of goalposts were down, and they were parading them out of Neyland Stadium.
Well, you got Bama coming off of 3 really emotional type wins, right? You go to Georgia, you beat the Dogs, you come back, you play Diego, who was definitely talking a lot of smack and beat a tough Vanderbilt team. Then you got to go on the road for what I thought was a great trap game opportunity for Missouri, right? And a very inspired, undefeated ranked Missouri team. Bama hung on to that one. And now you finish up this stretch with a week off coming at the end of the month, right? I guess really it's not even a stretch because it just never ends, right? But this is an NFL type of schedule, and now you got to play Tennessee. I look at Alabama, Chris, and the thing that worries me the most is Jam Miller if he's out, and I think he's going to be out with the concussion. I'd be surprised if he plays. Just one of those bad breaks, and when Alabama doesn't have Jam, they're just not the same offense.
Yeah, and it took a wicked hit. I mean, he was out before he hit the ground, and that was just an ugly, ugly hit. I'm with you. I think it's going to be difficult for him to play. People have played before, and it depends on the degree of the concussion. You got a clear protocol. There are markers you got to hit to play that the medical people, have to sign off on. But as a running back, you're already taking so many hits, Mick, that's hard to come back from a concussion. And listen, I don't claim to know what the degree of it is, but boy, he took a nasty hit. But you're right, man. That's been a different team with him at running back. And we all think of running the football, and that's, certainly he's a big part of their offense running the football, but he's really good in pass pro. He's probably their best blocking running back when they drop back to pass. He's picking up blitz guys. He's picking up guys and giving Ty Simpson more time to throw. He catches the ball pretty well. He's a tough runner. He gets the hard yards down in the red zone when it's 3rd and short, 4th and short. And he's got some explosiveness to him. He's clearly their best guy, and it drops off pretty considerably after him. And he has been, and I pointed out, we talked about it on this show, that when he came back, he missed the first couple of games with the collarbone injury. Probably none of us knew, I'm sure Kalen DeBoer knew, how much they would miss Jam Miller, how much they would miss Tim Keenan in the middle of that defensive line. Well, getting both those guys back, to me, has been a big story in what Bama's been able to do.
When you talk about this matchup, Chris, and where Alabama kind of fits in, you look at Alabama's running situation, and there's a drop off. Obviously, you hope that maybe Daniel Hill or Richard Young could help out Kevin Riley without a Jam Miller in there, or limited Jam Miller. He's questionable. He may play. I mean, look, by the time people are watching this, who knows?
Right.
But it's with these concussions, you got to be really delicate with someone, and kind of having them sit a game, even if it's against a big rival, may be smart. Besides that, I mean, I feel like the defensive side of the ball, Bama's dealt with some injuries, but Ty Simpson's been just Heisman Trophy-esque, man. He looks like Drew Brees in the pocket. When they give him time, he'll pick your defense apart. He's accurate. Alabama's doing some things right now that I haven't seen them do in a long time, and that's going back to Saban's final years. They're not committing penalties, and they're not turning it over. They're disciplined. There's more discipline on this football team right now, and over the last 3 games, than we've seen since probably 2020 at Alabama, maybe even before that.
The pairing of Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer, and I felt like it would be a difference maker. It certainly has been. Those two guys back together on offense. Now Ryan calls the plays. Was going to come originally with Kalen, but got the job out in stayed out west with the Seahawks. But to get him back, and I think probably even more precisely, Nick, to have have those guys together, working together. They've been together. They were at Washington together. Look at what they did with Michael Penix. I think you're seeing the fruits of that right now. Not only Ryan's play calling, and he's been really good, but their adjustments and their ability to see what other teams are trying to do to him. The way, as you mentioned, the way Ty Simpson has come on and developed as a quarterback, the confidence he's playing with. I don't think Ryan has probably been given enough credit. And as I said, I'll go even deeper. I think having those two coaches together, working together as they put in the game plan, as they make key decisions on game day, but having Kalen and Ryan both there as your offensive brain trust has paid huge dividends for the Tide.
Since Tennessee, I'm going to give it to my guy, Randy Boyd, since he took over as president at University of Tennessee. The Vols have been on an upward trend. I mean, they really have, and that's in a lot of different areas, but football being one of them, a respectable program again, a team that made the college football playoff last year, and a tough opponent for Alabama to have to face in this rivalry. And when you see two ranked teams, it makes the game a lot more fun. What can you tell us about this year's Vols team?
There hasn't been a whole lot of margin for error. You know, the margin between winning and losing games for Tennessee. Maybe I'm talking, Mick, about everybody in the league when I say this, but they played 3 conference games. They're 2-1. They lost an OT at home to Georgia, a 44-41 game. Tennessee didn't finish that game. They had a chance to knock Georgia out. They didn't do it. And Georgia made a lot of big plays down the stretch. Tennessee missed a field goal. They could have won it. So they were right there. The next week or a couple weeks later, they go to Mississippi State in Starkville, which, as you know, can be a tough place to play, underrated. Mississippi State probably was the better team for most of that game, controlled that game. Tennessee was able to make a lot of big plays when they needed to. 2 defensive touchdowns the Vols scored in that game, and they won in overtime. Their third game, Arkansas scores early. Tennessee comes back and scores. They match score. Tennessee gets up double digits, but once again, they don't quite finish Arkansas. And Arkansas gets within 3 points. And Bobby Petrino said after that game that had he kicked a field goal instead of going for it there in the first half, and he was sort of second-guessing himself, then maybe that's anybody's game. So Tennessee played 3 really close football games. They're 2-1. They could easily be 3-0, but guess what? They could maybe be 0-3.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Why walk when you can fly? Tap into your inner eagle. Yingling Traditional Lager. Spread your wings.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.
Touchdown flavor, Gulf Coast style. Whether you're here for the big game or just hungry for a win, Floribama Old River Grill has you covered. Catch every pass, every play, and every moment on our wall of big screens while you enjoy fresh Gulf seafood, legendary burgers, and ice-cold drinks. With waterfront views and game day energy like no other, this is where football meets paradise. Grab your crew, bring your team spirit, and make Floribama Old River Grill your home field advantage this season, where the food, drinks, and football are always a win. Located across from the world-famous Floribama or online at FloriBamaOldRiverGrill.com.
Get your life back when the world's gone crazy. Get your life back, and I don't mean maybe when you know you got to have a friend. You call 900-9000, 'cause Liz wins. Get your life back, baby. Get your life back, baby. Call 900-9000. Stephen Mezzano.
Tracy Lawrence, live for one night only. Saturday, November 15th, Pearl River Resort Superstar Convention Center. All the hits, all night long, with CMA and ACM award winner Tracy Lawrence. Tickets on sale now at PearlRiverResort.com.
Barry Buckner for Tuscaloosa Hyundai. When Hyundai introduced America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, it was one of a kind. But you know us, how can we improve on that? Tuscaloosa Hyundai was first in the nation with a 1,000,000-mile warranty on every new Hyundai. When we told customers no charge, they smiled, and you will too. At Tuscaloosa Hyundai, home of the 1,000,000-mile smile.
Roll Tide, and welcome back to the Bama Tailgate Show here at InnisFree in Tuscaloosa. Bama versus Tennessee, the annual third Saturday in October super matchup with Jake Coker, and I'm Mick Gillispie, and a lot of Jake's teammates from the 2015 National Championship Alabama team. And it's just been a lot of fun, man. This has been quite an event here today in Tuscaloosa. And of course, the game's at 6:30. I want to remind you guys that our show is presented by Bod Coach. Check them out, bodcoach.com/Bama. It's your opportunity to have your own personal coach that basically helps you wherever you're at, give you a workout routine, stays on you. It's really fantastic, and I promise you won't like it. And this segment's brought to you by Yuengling Lager, America's oldest brewery, and our friend Shale Yuengling, who went to school at Alabama, puts a little bit of crimson love in each one of those green bottles. Well, Jake, I look around and I see you got a lot of your teammates and friends here today.
Oh, man, this is awesome. You can't beat it. See everybody you hadn't seen in a long time, and, it's like you hadn't skipped a beat. We got Ryan, we got Kenyon, we got everybody here. It's awesome.
Yeah, so this is great. Like, you guys coming back for this reunion of your team, what was the thing that you anticipated the most when you get to see these guys?
Just talking about old stories. I mean, we got Kenyon Drake up here. We got Richard Mullaney. We were just talking about the lane story when we're working out for the Detroit Lions, and I throw a ball in the dirt. He runs in there and goes, "Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Detroit either."
Our lives out there.
Me and Richard trying to get drafted. I mean, Kenyon knew he was in good shape, but
it's great to meet Kenyon Drake, because I've got a picture of Kenyon Drake and a trophy, or not a trophy, but a statue of you diving into the end zone to win that national championship.
Shrine. It's nice.
The shrine.
Was it the Daniel?
Yes, the Daniel Moore one. Yeah, I just told him I wanted to meet you because I want you to sign it one day. But you're in there.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
It was amazing. I mean, got Richard up there blocking for me, doing his thing. Every time I watch that video, my favorite part of that video is not me diving or even that situation. Is him getting pushed in the back and losing his feet.
The funniest thing, I was trying to clip that guy's leg. Thank God I did it.
There was so much going on during that play.
So much.
And when you dove, and I don't know, when you dove and the ball came out, I was like, "Oh my God, I hope he didn't fumble."
And I'm pretty sure Dylan was like the first one
on
you, right?
Literally, he tackled me, right? And as soon as I hit the pylon, I look up at the ref because I'm like, I saw the ball come out my hand kind of too, and I hit the pylon. I looked at him, he put his hands up. I'm like, thank God. I just put my hands up.
I'm on the ground crawling.
What was the time like when they did the replay, though, for you?
Honestly, everybody was on top of me. So, we was all celebrating because I kind of honestly knew. I wasn't even really expecting it to go any other way. I felt like that's how that game was going the whole game. It was going our way, but it was going their way too. So we needed that extra little cushion to kind of separate ourselves from them because Deshaun Watson.
That was the nail.
Yeah,
that was the nail.
Exactly. So it was a good time, man.
Well, Kenyon, what do you think about this Alabama team, and what do they need to do to beat Tennessee?
I think they just need to continue to do what they've been doing all year since the first game is, play within themselves, obviously make the plays that are there. I was really surprised with how aggressive they were last week, going for those fourth downs and those long third down plays, stretching the ball down the field. I think as long as they continue to
exude that confidence and continue to be in the plus and the turnover margin, I think they can beat anybody in the country. But,
A lot of discipline with this team.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
A big game against Tennessee. When you played at Alabama, what was it like playing against Tennessee?
I feel like the sentiment is the same across the board with anybody you talk to is regardless of how many games we have won against Tennessee, we all felt that pressure of understanding that you have to win this game. Like Auburn was a big rival, LSU obviously was a big rival,
Right.
but regardless of the circumstances, you beat Tennessee, like, that's the bread and butter of that season in a sense. Hearing that the fight song, when you first walk into the weight room, Cochran playing the fight song, you knew it was just a big week. So, playing those guys, regardless of, like I said, the outcome, we wanted to make sure we got that dub every year against those teams.
Man, really amazing.
Yeah, no. When we played Tennessee my senior year, I remember sometimes you go meet with Vern and Gary right before the game, and I remember going upstairs and meeting with Vern and Gary, and we're talking about the game, and Tennessee wasn't a top 10 team when we played them, and I felt like we should have beat them handily, but didn't really play the best game, but. To get to the point, I'm sitting there talking to Gary, and Gary's like, every year there's a game where it comes down to a 2-minute drive, and the quarterback's put in a weird spot. I've seen AJ do it. I've seen Greg do it. And in my head, I'm like, hey, Gary, get the hell out of here. We're going to beat these dudes so bad, And then it's the fourth quarter, and I remember walking out on that field, I'm checking the clocks, and then it just pops in my head. I'm like, damn, Gary was right.
Especially against a team like that, like every year I feel like, especially even when they won that close game we had like 2-3 years ago when they kicked the field goal at the end of the game. Obviously we weren't there, but they broke the record that we had extended on them. It's like you always knew you was gonna get their best game from them because they knew on their side how big of a rival it was to beat us in general.
Oh yeah.
So
it's like Auburn. You remember that time after Ardarius caught that touchdown pass against Auburn, and me and you were sitting next to each other, and they throw that ball. Jason Smith tips it up to himself, catches it, and runs in the end zone. And we look at each other like, here we go.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course. Jordan here. I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, that place and that team. Saban said it the other day. He was like, I think it's the only place where I have a losing record. You go there, it's amazing. The crowd's amazing, and it's hell. You know what I mean? It's terrible to try to go down there and get a dub. But, any team, but especially those rival teams, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, Mississippi State, you don't get your best shot because they want to obviously take us down type situation.
Oh, yeah. Rivalries are different against Alabama.
Yeah, right. Well, and there's a lot of teams that look at Alabama as their biggest rival. This one goes back a long way. General Neyland, Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, and Phil Fulmer, and obviously Nick Saban dominated it like nobody else did. You guys were part of that 16 straight wins. Can this Alabama offense function with Jam not being able to play every down? I mean, they say he could possibly play. It's always a game time decision on something like this, but can this offense function without him against Tennessee?
I mean, we've done it in the past. You got, again, I think Ty Simpson having the mentality that he has and the leadership capability that he's got, just his knowledge of the game, the way he gets the ball out and makes the right decisions, he's going to keep you in the right spot.
Yeah, I also agree as well. I think, especially with this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Especially with the game plan, every week I feel like it should be established and run, right?
Yeah.
And once you establish the run, then that opens up the passing game. So you don't have to be predictable, but you sprinkle in some screen passes that exhibit, getting 3-4 yards here. Keeping the defense honest in a situation where, they may be coming down here to try to stop the run. You get them to open pursue wherever the situation is. So I think, as long as they continue to obviously be aggressive with throwing the ball down the field, keeping the secondary honest, but then also making sure you run timely, third and there was a situation, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, it was 2nd and 1, and they came out in a 5-wide scenario and ran Jam Miller in the backfield in a motion and then handed the ball to him behind the quarterback. And I was just so mad. Because I'm like, man, I get it. I get, the trickery in the situation, but It's 2nd and 1, man. Just turn around,
Just
hand
get
the
it.
ball off to the running back. You can fall for it for half a yard and make it, 3rd and inches, but more than likely you'll get a first down. I don't understand having the ball behind the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Wide
no doubt.
street in 2nd and 1. You know what I mean?
You missed the old school.
Yeah,
right.
Missed the old school.
And
Too much wasted time.
Right. And I wasn't even a running back that was a downhill running back. I like getting outside, but the situation calls for it. You got to fall for it.
Hey.
Yards that it is.
Straight lines, fastest way to get there.
Exactly.
That's right. All right, Richard, I'm going to ask you this one first. What nerve of Tennessee stealing Dixieland Delight from us?
Yeah, I mean, the nerve on them. That's insane. That's crazy. They stole that?
They did, yeah, they did. Those Tennessee Vols.
They can't create their own traditions.
Yeah.
Come
Come
See a
up
lot
with
of
your
orange
own
shirts
song.
in here.
There's some orange shirts in here. All right, we're going to take a break. We got Lance Taylor coming up from the next round and Lance's lock. We're going to pick some games. Man, it really is a pleasure to have you guys, all of you guys here hanging out with us and talking Alabama football. More of the original Bama football tailgate show right after this.
Well, howdy, fans, and welcome to Week 8 of Leonard's Losers. The little smart pill machine was sputtering somewhat at 23-10 last week, so let's see if Percy can make the necessary adjustments. LSU versus Vanderbilt. This nooner in Music City should provide some fireworks in this SEC showdown on ABC. The Tigers survived a scare from a Gamecock in Death Valley last week, while the Doors dinghy was in dry dock. A win here will make one-team bowl eligible, but tighten playoff hopes for the victor. Sailor quarterback Diego Pavia and feline signal caller Gary Newsmeyer are both capable of lighting up the scoreboard. Leonard's loser in a close one, LSU. Texas versus Kentucky. The Longhorns stampede to that Lexington grocery store looking to hook a feline. The Burnt Orange boys will be a 12.5-point favorite in their first trip to Lexington. The Horns are back in the top 25 at number 21 following Saturday's 23-6 win over then number 6 Oklahoma. The Cats are coming off a bye week, giving Coach Stoops a chance to right the ship and allow his seat to cool. After losing their last two SEC road games by 20 points to a Gamecock and a Bullpuppy, the Wild Kittens are hoping the friendly confines of Kroger Field will produce an advantage, but will probably result in cleanup on aisle 5. Leonard's loser, Kentucky. Ole Miss versus Georgia. Jolly Red marches to the Athens Dog Pound, hoping to remain undefeated when the final gun sounds between the hedges Saturday afternoon. This afternoon slobber knocker between the number 5 Rebs and the number 9 Red Clay Hounds will have playoff consequences. Uga is a mean canine at home, and the visitors best have an abundance of ammunition. Leonard's loser, hotty-toddy Ole Miss. Tennessee versus Alabama. It's the third Saturday in October, so it must be Vols versus the Tide. The Orange Men will be looking for their first road victory in this series since 2003. Heupel's boys have been competitive against the Tide on the road, but unable to put together a complete four-quarter game. Bryant-Denny will be sold out, and this spectacle should keep us entertained for the dinner hours. Leonard's loser, Tennessee. USC versus Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley brings his Trojans to South Bend to battle the Pope's pupils Saturday night. USC is coming off a signature win over Michigan, while the Irish thumped North Carolina State 36-7. The Leprechauns have the home field advantage, but the Trojans have the talent. Leonard's loser, Notre Dame. Oklahoma versus South Carolina. The Sooner Schooner rolls into Columbia for 11:45 kickoff in Williams-Brice. The Okies look to rebound from their 23-6 loss to Texas last week. The Sooners only have one way to rebound when they did not find the end zone last week. If the Cox can hunker down on defense, they may do some damage to the Conestoga canvas. Leonard's loser in a close one, South Carolina.
Fans, we're going to take a break right now and hear a word from Sponsorsville. We'll be right back with more Leonard's Losers.
Roll Tide, and welcome back to the original Bama football tailgate show, hanging out at InnisFree, getting you set for the Crimson Tide and the Tennessee Vols. And it's great to bring Lance Taylor from the next round, which we're a part of now, Jake Coker and me, to the show. And Lance's lock. Jake's over here. He's
I mean, look, he's big man on campus.
He is.
Congratulations, by the way, we heard today. I didn't realize. I know they're doing different honorary captains each and every week, but and I hope you take this with a lot of respect. I said, unfortunately for Jake, he had such a great year and such a great postseason, but I think you get lost in the mix because of all the elite Saban teams and all the elite Saban quarterbacks, and I don't think you get the credit you deserve.
Well,
that was meant for it was a respectful comment.
No, I got you. I mean, I make jokes about that all the time. I mean, you got Tua, you got Mac, you got Jalen. I mean, all these great players. Ty to me is going to be the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally, he's got it figured out as good or better than any other quarterback I've seen. And we've had a lot of guys that can anticipate really well.
Bringing in a celebrity pick.
Now, I will tell you this, as elite as they were, if I had to, the old school Hank Williams Jr., if I had to skin a buck or run a trout line, you would be the quarterback. Literally. This would be the ex-Alabama quarterback I would go to for that.
If I need a redneck, I'll take you. But if I need a quarterback, I'm probably going to call.
Maybe more of a comment. If we had beer Olympics and I went old school Alabama quarterback, you'd be my guy too.
All right, well, look, things just got more interesting. Nacho Alabama's on the stage with us.
Okay.
Roll Tide. Let me put him up here. All right, let's pick some games, all right? Brought to you by Pearl River Resort and Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Timeout Sports Lounge, Vegas-style sports book that you can basically don't have to go to Vegas. You can bet on games. Let's start with number 20 USC at number 13 Notre Dame. The Irish 8.5-point favorite in this game. 61.5 is the over-under.
So this USC offense is legitimate. I think you can make an argument right now. Jaden Maiava, the way he's playing right now, leads the nation in QBR. Mekhi Lemon, one of the best players nobody talks about. I still don't trust the defense, and Notre Dame's offense is completely dialed in. Chris Ash's defense has got better week in, week out. I'm pulling for USC. It's one of the reasons I'm not even staying for the game tomorrow night where I can watch both games. I like the over 61.5, but Notre Dame is going to unfortunately win and cover.
All right, Nacho.
What, this game? Man, I don't care. I don't care about Notre Dame, man. Look at me. I'm Nacho Alabama. I'm all about Alabama.
Okay.
I care about the SEC.
Yeah, there you go. All right, what about you, Jake?
I'm taking Notre Dame. I'll take a much simpler approach. I mean, 8.5, USC coming off a big win against Michigan. From what it looks like to me, public's all over USC. I'm going Notre Dame.
They are. Yeah.
All right, number 16, Missouri at Auburn. This could be the game that gets the Auburn coach fired. Everybody feeling like there's a lot of pressure on Hugh Freeze. 1.5-point home dog, Auburn. 43.5 is the over-under. No way Auburn loses this game, Nacho.
I think they do, man. I think Missouri is going to come in there and, they gave us all we could handle last week. So, I'm telling you, I think Auburn's in trouble.
What about you, Jake Coker?
Well, my model didn't hit against Georgia last week. Auburn is abysmal on offense. They're very hard to watch. They can't get it together. Third down conversions aren't going to happen. I struggle to watch them play on Saturdays, but that line makes no sense to me. Missouri's a better team offensively, defensively. They're more physical. They should beat Auburn pretty handily. That's why, to me, Vegas knows more than we do. 1-point line, I'm taking Auburn.
Kane Womack, we did not give him enough credit for last week. I thought that was an A grade going to Columbia. You were talking about a team that was converting 62% of their third downs. He held them to 1 of 10 on third down conversions. Now they go on the road for the first time this year. Better quarterback, better roster, better head coach. Missouri, I'm going to take Missouri Hugh Freeze is in a tailspin right now.
All right. And then finally, Alabama versus Tennessee. 8.5-point favorite. Alabama, 58.5, the over-under. Jake and I are going to pick this next segment. Nacho, what do you think is going to happen?
Alabama is going to roll over Tennessee. I'm telling you, man, I'm excited about this game. Roll, Tide, roll!
You gotta love this guy. Coker signed the hammer.
This looks really itchy. I don't know how often you clean it, but
it is. It's very itchy. Comfort is not the game. No.
I see women. The women are wearing high heels on game day, so same thing. I get it.
Sacrifice that I'm willing to do for the Alabama.
Hey, roll Tide, man.
So statistically, the most balanced team in college football is Tennessee. They're the number one scoring offense. I think up until this point, Josh Heupel has done a hell of a job with Aguilar. But when you look at this Tennessee pass defense, it isn't any good. And you look at last week, as good as Alabama's defense was, Jerm had 3 receptions, 20 yards, no touchdowns. Ryan Williams didn't have a reception. Those guys go off against this defense tomorrow. Alabama scores early and often. They win the game going away. I've said it all week. They win by 3+ touchdowns. I think it is an ass whipping tomorrow night.
Woo! All right. All right. This is the original Bama Football Tailgate Show brought to you by Pearl River Resort in Choctaw in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Make your picks count at the Timeout Sports Lounge and Golden Moon Casino. They offer traditional sports betting in which guests can bet on professional and college sports. They got 20 big screen TVs, all the major feeds, 12 state-of-the-art wager boards. They got the window. They got 3 individual stations as well. And Bama, I'd take Bama against Tennessee as this season rolls on. Thank you, Lance Taylor. Tell everybody about Lance's Lock.
Yeah, lanceslock.com. Jump on board. We have been crushing it, especially in the NFL. We've got 3 plays up and available right now in college football tonight, 4 total games, but 3 plays, 2 sides of total. We'll have a full card for you tomorrow. Jump on board and win with us. Free play every single day. lanceslock.com.
All right, Nacho, any final thoughts?
Oh, man, I'm just ready to watch some Alabama football. I think you guys are dead right. I think Alabama rolls, man. I'm hoping we get Jam back, and I'm expecting big things out of Ryan Williams. Like I said, he took last week. I think he was mainly used as a decoy. I think he lights it up. I think we see the Ryan Williams that we've been wanting to see all season tomorrow.
All right. Roll Tide, everybody. Final segment of the show. We'll bring on some more of Jake's teammates from 2015 right after this.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
This isn't just a beer. It's a lager. A medium-bodied, amber-colored, one-of-a-kind beer. Made from those bold enough to brew it, for those bold enough to drink it. Elevate your taste. Yingling Traditional Lager. Spread your wings.
Barry Buckner for Tuscaloosa Hyundai. When Hyundai introduced America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, it was one of a kind. But you know us, how can we improve on that? Tuscaloosa Hyundai was first in the nation with a 1,000,000-mile warranty on every new Hyundai. When we told customers no charge, they smiled, and you will too. At Tuscaloosa Hyundai, home of the 1,000,000-mile smile.
This isn't just a place. It's a pulse and a rhythm where game day is more than a tradition. Heart pounding yet? It's where the flavors are bold and the portions are generous. Mouth watering yet? Art, music, and culture paint the city's soul. Creativity flowing yet? So whether you come for the thrill, the taste, the beauty, or the tradition, you'll stay for the Tusca life. Ready to feel it? This is Tuscaloosa. Live the Tusca life.
Get your life back when the world's gone crazy. Get your life back, and I don't mean maybe when you know you got to have a friend. You call 100,000, Stephen Mezzano.
When you're ready to double down, dive in, drive for a show, and not look back. Roll into Pearl River Resort. From tee times to table games, water slides by day, slots by night. Savor the flavors, feel the fun, win big. Let's roll into Pearl River Resort. Must be 21 or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here comes Tracy Lawrence, live for one night only. Saturday, November 15th, Pearl River Resort Silverstar Convention Center. All the hits, all night long, with CMA and ACM award winner,
Baby, a burning hand.
Tracy Lawrence.
Make it look just the way I planned.
Tickets on sale now at PearlRiverResort.com.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.
Final segment of the original Bama football tailgate show from InnisFree in Tuscaloosa. Bama versus Tennessee, the annual third Saturday in October showdown. And boy, we really appreciate all you guys hanging out. I want to remind you guys to check out our Avenue D, and that's Mick Nation, and that's an opportunity for you guys to win some really good prizes. We do pick games each week, and it's Mick Nation. Join. We just got new hats in. And you just hit that QR code. If you're listening on radio, go find us on Mick Nation on Avenue D. It is great to see you, Jake Coker, and it's great to see you from 22 Builds. This is my contractor right here.
Yeah.
Ryan Anderson. You guys know him as a football player. You're a contractor to me now. New. This is a new role for you, but you do a great job, man. I just want to tell you, did the doors at my house. Amazing. Thank you.
Going to do more, too.
And you're doing more. Yeah, we're going to do the floors. We got a bunch of stuff. But just for those of you guys that wonder, like, what happens in life when you leave football? You become a contractor. It's great to have Dylan Lee as well. Look at this. I mean, I hear about – I know Ryan. I hear about Dylan all the time. So you're guys, man. It's got to be fun for you.
It's getting pretty tight up here.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of hopping on a plane back in 2015.
Hey, Mick, this another half right here.
Well, what's up, Dylan?
Nothing. Just happy to be here.
Is this the greatest college football rivalry, Alabama and Tennessee? Historic.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, this was always a huge game for us every year. Ton of emphasis on it. Just the history from the boosters, just, everybody that came before us, how important it was. It's just a huge game on the calendar every year.
What do you think about the way this team's played, Ryan?
I mean, I'm actually, I'm pleased with the growth, the development that they've shown over the last couple of weeks. After that first game, I was out. Canceled all my subscriptions, broke all my TV.
I talked to you. You weren't too happy.
I watched the last couple of games on my phone, and I got new TVs now, so
we're feeling better.
We're going in a good direction.
These are two of my favorite teammates I've ever had. Probably also the two meanest teammates I've ever had. Dylan's doing a great job of masking that right now.
He looks so nice.
Very, very good media training right here.
Family,
calm,
man.
Collected, kind of like haha last week.
Just a family, man.
Hey, I remember that first conversation when Jake walked on campus, man. Dylan, on talking. We weren't sold on you, Jake. So to see us all right here right now, man, it's nothing but God.
The first pass I throw in practice at Alabama, Dylan breaks it up. He runs, gets in my face, and starts wagging his finger like the Kimbe Mutombo. I said, "This ain't the ACC, Jake. This ain't the ACC, Jake."
I remember that.
When did he win you over, Dylan?
I hadn't done it yet.
Ooh, I don't know. Probably took 6 or 7 more months of hard work. You know?
Hey, he had an uphill battle, Mick. He had to make that St. Paul's name good. You know?
I know what you're saying over there. How happy are you guys to see Alabama football under Kalen DeBoer playing as well as they are right now?
So I'm excited about where they're at right now. Like I said, hopefully they continue getting better. Hopefully he continue to grow in his role and understanding what Alabama football means to this state and to the people that's here. So.
Yeah, I mean, just to go off of that, I mean, just happy to see. I mean, obviously there's a lot of question marks who come in after Coach Saban, and just kind of see him win some big games and some big moments and kind of get everything under control and kind of get it the way he wants it. There's going to be subtle changes, you know, when someone new steps in. I just think he's doing a great job. And like I said, winning the big moments goes a long way, and winning big games, you know, since he's got here is obviously a plus.
I know you got a lot to say. I mean, it's been really fun to meet these guys because we talk about them so much on our different podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
But it's great, too, to see the momentum that Alabama's been able to put together this season, right? Because it didn't feel like after that first game we were going to be in this spot.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, if TikTok was around when we were playing and guys were dancing in the locker room, I wonder what these two would do about it. What are y'all thoughts on that?
It'd have been a lot of leather to ass. We ain't play that.
That's it.
Yeah, we can grow it up a lot now, but we ain't play that. What we ain't play with D-Day.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Come out the price and say, hey, it's D-Day today. You know what I mean?
There's some wild cultural differences.
Yeah, we ain't play that.
Oh, my goodness. All right, what's the biggest matchup that you guys are looking forward to watching in the game?
Our O-line versus their front seven. Tennessee got some good pass rushes. I want to see how our offensive line hold up against them and see if they give Ty some time to make some plays. And then our front seven as well against their O-line. See if we can get the quarterback a little bit more without all those simulated pressures. So that's what I'm going to be looking forward to seeing. So if we take that next step.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the key to the game is Tennessee's defense versus our offense. I mean, I think if they can create pressure, put pressure on Ty, and really without bringing too many extra guys, that's going to be the key to the game. I mean, if he can sit back there and he has time, he's going to make plays, make the throws, and I think this is, you know, like Lance said, I think this is a big victory for Alabama. You know, if we can't run the ball at all, I mean, if Jam's very limited and we're having a hard time picking up these pressures because we can't really figure them out and we don't really understand how to block certain pressures, I think it could cause us to be in a fight with them.
All right, let's pick the game. Start with you, Dylan Lee.
You got to tell them the line.
Yeah, let me do that. It's
still
8.5. 8.5, and the over-under, and you could take the over-under if you felt more comfortable with that as well, is 58.5 points.
That's big time.
Yeah.
I got Alabama 34-24.
Oh, nice. 10-point win, cover the spread.
I like us 35-17.
Okay, 35-17 Bama.
Bama, absolutely.
Yeah, Jake, of course, Jake Coker.
I'm going 38-21.
I like that one.
Alabama or Tennessee?
Tennessee's defense, I don't think shows up. I don't think their secondary is good enough to compete with all the guys we got on the field. Offensively, I think they're pretty good. But, you know, look, I mean, you watch that Georgia game, they had a lot of gash plays, a lot of big plays. But when it came down to consistent football, play in, play out, they couldn't hang in there with Georgia. I think we have more explosive plays, more explosive players in Georgia. And I think we cover and some.
Bama should have blown out Missouri. They just made too many mistakes, and they didn't get some lucky bounces. You know, the Missouri fumbled the ball, but it bounced. One went out of bounds, and the other one, you know, the guy was there. I thought that Alabama would blow out Missouri, and they could have. They still won the game. I think that this is going to be one of those games for Alabama where it's going to be a dogfight until the fourth quarter, and it's going to be somewhere right around the line when they win, like 28-20, something like that. You know, I don't know how Vegas does it, but you get to the fourth quarter, and the game's always sitting right on that line. I think Alabama wins the game, maybe with the late touchdown covers. I think it's going to be a tough game. Tennessee always brings their best when they play Alabama. What are you guys looking forward most to being on the field before the game?
Just being back. I'm bringing back my 5-year-old daughter. I don't think she realizes why we pull for Alabama right now. So I think taking her on the field and letting her see Tuscaloosa, the fans, the stadium, maybe a light bulb will go off, but either way, it's going to be fun to watch her, respond to all that.
Yeah. How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, it's just the same. I mean, I got my 6-year-old son here with me. We're bringing him tomorrow. Kind of same, just to piggyback off Jake. It's just like same reason he doesn't know why we say Roll Tide and why we like Alabama. And then, he's just loving it so far. I mean, he's just eating it up. So hopefully it's just exciting to be back. And it's exciting to be back and for our reunion and for a big game like Alabama or Alabama versus Tennessee. Just couldn't be a better environment, a big game. So just excited about all of it, bringing my family back.
Yeah, see all your teammates. What about you, Ryan?
That's it for me. Just seeing all these guys, being able to be around them, their families, and just reminisce on some of the old days. You know what I mean? It's good to reconnect with all of them.
Is this your favorite team?
Yeah.
2015?
Yeah, it's mine for sure.
I mean, obviously.
Well, I can't answer for you. What about you, Dylan?
2015 was my favorite team for sure. It was just kind of all the guys I came in with. It was just kind of us getting back on track. We had 2 years of, I hate to say obscurity, but just kind of getting lost a little bit, things not going our way in between, and just to finish strong my senior year with Jake and all the guys, and just trying to get it across the line again was a big deal. So yeah, it's definitely my favorite team.
I still hear your guys' song. Dun, 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 dun. I remember being there with, what is this? And then by the end of the season, everybody's like, hey, I got kids, man. We're not playing the words to this. Let's just just jam. But you guys had your own theme song, and then Deontay Wilder's walking out to heavyweight fights with that song. That's got to be pretty cool. I don't remember any other Bama team that had a theme song.
Or a Florida State team that had their own theme song.
Well, they took away Dixieland Delight from us that year, so it's fitting we had to.
You had to do your own thing.
You had to fill the void.
And we didn't have to steal Tennessee's song to do it either.
All right. Final thoughts. Final thoughts, Dylan.
On the game?
Just on anything, because the show's about over.
Yeah, anything. I'd rather. Yeah, let's hear it.
Final thoughts on anything.
Your final thoughts.
Final thoughts on Richard Mullaney.
Richard looks great over there. He's single. If you're in Tuscaloosa this weekend,
Swipe left.
Yeah, swipe left. Richard Mullaney will be on the field pregame if you're wondering where you can pin him down at.
I think that's a great way to end the show. I want to tell you guys that next week we will be at Coastal for our show in Orange Beach. Coastal, which is beautiful out there. Ryan, you got to come hang. We'll see you next week, Ryan. You always come. Jake's going to be there. I'm going to be there. You're invited, Dylan. All you guys as well. Roll Tide, everybody. Bama and Tennessee coming up. We'll talk to you next week.